All right, what's up, everyone? It's Aztec 101 in the ring, and I'm giving this another shot. I want to do a video. This is kind of random. I usually don't do videos this late, but man, I can't wait till next week, September 16th. We're gonna have Canelo versus Triple G. This is going to be one of the biggest fights this year, guys. Honestly, this is one of the most underrated fights. From what I've seen, people, as far as people's interest, people are kind of falling off. They're falling off. There's a lot of good fights this month alone. And this weekend, we're going to have a great card, a great fight. I'm going to go over that tomorrow. I'll do a live stream on that. But this weekend, next weekend, we got in September 16th, 2017, we're going to have Canelo versus Triple G. Biggest fight this year, by far. As far as the magnitude goes, middleweight is a historical division. With that being said, it's a historical division, so this is a big fight for this generation, what we're watching right now. Now, if you guys want to compare this to historical fights, go ahead, but I'm not going to pick one in particular to describe this as. I'm just going to say that this is a really good fight, and it's the best one we got. As far as the entertainment that we're expecting, this is a big fight. Big fight. It's not just the names. It's the amount that they have at stake. It's the style of fight that we're expecting. There's a lot of factors on why this is a big fight, an important fight, a fight that we recommend. Fans that like violence. Anybody that likes violence should watch this fight. I don't care if you like hockey, rugby, football, MMA, karate, kung fu. I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? You watch this fight if you like violence. Someone's getting fucked up. Now, I'm going to make my prediction clear. Canelo's going to fucking knock out Triple G. That's it. That's what I got. Canelo stops Triple G. I don't know if it's going to be by, referee stopping the fight after Triple G, he gets hit with a barrage of punches, or if it's going to be a liver shot, or if it's just going to be one of those one punch knockouts. You know what I mean? Canelo can do that. I haven't seen Triple G recently knock out fighters completely. He's got the type of power where he moves fighters. Obviously, they get hit and they react. A lot of these guys quit. And I think that's one of the biggest things with Canelo. I think that's what's going to be tested. It's not his chin, it's his will. Will he quit? Or will he continue fighting? This is... I just got done watching one of... I don't know what this was. It wasn't a face-off. It was sort of a face-off. It had Max Kellerman. It had Roy Jones Jr. And they were mediating between Canelo and Triple G. I'm going to put the link up. It's from HBO. And, you have Canelo and Triple G both talking about this fight. And they understand that this is the most dangerous fight that they've both been in. And there's no doubt in Triple G's mind. Gennady Golovkin knows, and if you watch this interview, you'll see that it's very obvious. He knows that this is much different. than Lemieux, Gabe Rosado, Daniel Jacobs, Curtis Stevens. This is different. This is much different. He knows he's fighting someone at a higher level. And it's a very, very, very good half-hour show. It's about half hour, 20 minutes, but I recommend you guys go check it out. And it reveals a lot. There's a lot that they talk about. A lot of the issues that we talk about, whether Triple G will respect Canelo's power. Does Canelo have the power to be able to keep Triple G honest? Max Kellerman does a really good job at asking these questions. I don't want to spoil the whole interview, but I'm going to tell you this. Triple G is fully aware that he is in there with a different animal. He's fully aware. He knows. He knows that he needs to put in there the fight of his life. He knows. I'm excited for the fight. One, I know I'm going to have fun. Two, I think that I'm going to also enjoy post-fight. You know what I mean? I think I'm going to be able to enjoy that part. Being able to say that, well, I got it right. I knew this was going to happen. Been there, done that. I've done that before. It's nothing different. I've experienced this before. I've been right in fights. I've been wrong in fights. I don't have a problem with being wrong. But I would like to know, if there's anybody out there that thinks that Triple G is going to win, I kind of would like to know who thinks that and why. Especially, look, if you think Triple G is going to win, I'm not looking at you like you're crazy. I'm not mad at you, right? But if you think Canelo doesn't have a chance against Triple G, then I'm going to argue with you. Fact is that, neither of these guys have been knocked down. They haven't been knocked out. You guys want to use past experiences saying, oh, well, so-and-so wasn't able to knock out Triple G. The same thing could be said about Canelo. You can say the same thing. Well, so-and-so wasn't able to knock out Canelo. Neither of these guys have been knocked down or knocked out. Not even a knockdown. Not even a knee. Maybe they've been hurt. Maybe they felt a punch. Maybe they took too many punches. It didn't look right. An average human being would say, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't take that punch. Right? But they haven't been knocked down at all in their professional career. And here's the thing. Canelo's been doing this since 15 years old. Has not been knocked down once in a professional career. There's nothing. There's no fucking, gym rumor like we like to hear on social media where they talk about a certain fighter saying that so-and-so has been knocked down. There's a rumor that this guy got a black eye. Blah, 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 blah. Nothing. No one's peeped a word on whether Canelo has been dropped ever in his career. It's not like he can't be dropped now, right? I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all. The only reason why I'm bringing this up is because a lot of people would like to say, well, when's the last time you've seen Triple G knocked out? He could have knocked out Cotto. He could have knocked out Mosley. Could have knocked out Floyd. Why would he be able to knock out Triple G? Triple G's never been knocked out before. Well, the same question could be said about Triple G. Triple G hasn't fought an elite opponent, nowhere near close to Mosley, Cotto, Floyd, or anybody you want to mention. And when's the last time Canelo's been knocked out? You know what I mean? To me, this is an exciting fight because there's a good possibility I could be wrong, man. There's a good possibility. It all depends on what happens in the ring. There's nothing I could say that could change the direction of the fight. The fight's going to go either way. It's going to go either Canelo wins or Triple G wins, right? But at the end of the day, I'm starting to notice I'm only going to give Triple G credit. I don't care how he wins. If he wins, he wins. If he wins a close fight, if he wins by KO, or anything in between, doesn't matter. I'm willing to give him credit. I like Triple G a lot. I like Triple G a lot. Especially the way he carries himself outside the ring. It's a different type of swag. This guy's got, you know, just an old school style. He's always polite. And I know to a lot of people, it might come off as fake. And we all know there's a fucking savage underneath that, you know, soft exterior where he's trying to pretend like he's all nice and he's cool. We all know that he's you know, ruthless, but he represents himself really well. At the end of the day, there's really nothing much you can say, right? It's his fans that kind of get annoying. And it's his fans that I'm calling out to. I'm trying to see if they're out there. The ones that think that Canelo doesn't have a chance. I would like to hear from you guys. Tomorrow I'm going to be doing a live stream. I want to talk about the fights coming up this weekend, but I also want to talk about Canelo versus Triple G. Canelo stops Triple G, in my opinion. If you think that's not possible, if you think there's no chance that Canelo can knock out Triple G, I'd like to know why. At the end of the day, I think this is going to be a great fight. No one's going to be disappointed. Right? And there's nothing, like I said before, there's nothing I could say that could change the outcome of the fight. I'm just saying, as far as predicting the winner, Canelo is going to beat the living shit out of Triple G. He is. He's going to beat the shit out of Triple G. And I'm curious to know this is what I'm most excited about, is the aftermath. You know what I mean? And I know a lot of you guys know that I'm a Canelo fan. I am a Canelo fan, right? I'm not crazy. I'm not a crazy Canelo fan. I don't rank Canelo #1 pound for pound. I don't think he's the best thing that is in sliced bread. I don't think he's the best fighter around. I just think he can beat the man in front of him, Triple G. I think he can beat him convincingly, fairly easily. There's a good chance not just of a knockout, but I mean a spectacular knockout. The type of shit that you're going to see on World Star. Knockout might not come to, you know, a headshot, a chin check. It might end up being a body shot. Canelo's body work is underrated and very, very accurate. His inside game is probably the best attribute that he has. He feels really comfortable in the inside. He's able to close the distance and then keep himself at bay at the same time, enough to where he can see either punches coming and absorb them, or he can dodge them and move out of the way. Canelo's not an easy target. He's a big target, but he's not easy to hit. And that's kind of spectacular. It's different when you have small targets that are easy to hit. It's different. But when you are naturally bigger and you are a stocky, short, easy target. It's kind of impressive. It is. It's impressive how well he's able to avoid getting hit. And he does that at the same time while he's causing damage. I'm curious. What I see there's one person watching this. I know I don't have a big channel, but I'd like to know who you got in this fight, Canelo or Triple G? Please leave a comment. Let me know who you have in this fight. It's a very exciting fight. If you don't watch boxing, this is the fight to watch. 100%. This will get you excited about the other fights happening this month, this year. We have a really good year of boxing. A great year of boxing. And at the end of the day, this isn't the only fight to be excited for. I mean, I'd like to see Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder. I'd like to see Keith Thurman versus Errol Spence. I'd like to see Terrence Crawford versus one of the welterweights. I would love for him to move up or maybe fight Mikey Garcia. I'd like to see Mikey Garcia versus Lomachenko or Crawford. Lomachenko can fight Rigondeaux or Mikey Garcia or... There's so many fucking fights. There's so many fights. It's insane. Sometimes it's a little bit difficult to promote boxing because there's so many weight classes. But when you start realizing who's who and which weight class, you'll start seeing that you'll eventually pick up on the fighters because you'll become a fan of a particular fighter. And then you'll start following their opponents and seeing how they match up. That's kind of how it works. And there's stiff competition right now. Like I said before, when we talk about pound for pound, at the moment, if you're to ask me, it's very difficult to say who's pound for pound because of the fights that are happening right now. It's very difficult. There's a good chance that whatever people put down as a pound for pound fighter right now, 2 months later, it might change. 2 weeks later, it might change. You don't know. You don't know who's going to take a loss. We've seen undefeated fighters take a loss. Triple G, he might take a loss. Canelo, what if he loses? You know? The way that I see this fight going is Triple G is going to come out strong. But I think people underestimate Canelo's defense. And when Triple G tries to impose his offense, I think Canelo is going to actually be in a better position to land his punches than if Triple G was to keep his guard up and play defense. One thing that I see in this fight is we're going to see Triple G in the most... I think we're going to see Triple G play the defensive fighter for the first time. We're going to see him backing up, holding, trying to outmaneuver Canelo, moving. Canelo's going to have to close off the ring against Triple G. Watch. Canelo is going to have to try to close off the ring on Triple G. You're going to see Triple G move like you've never seen him before. Because he knows who he's in there with. Like I said, I'm going to put up a video, a link in the description box after I upload this. It's, an HBO program. They had Max Kellerman and Canelo and Triple G, and they're talking about the fight face to face. And it's a really good interview. Really good interview. The one thing that I think is Triple G's biggest weapon is his power, but I don't think that's enough. His jab is very good. It's solid, but his opponents have not been able to really box him. They don't box him. They're there to survive. They get struck, within the first couple rounds. You can tell that the energy leaves the room. Like, it's almost like they're trying to survive and try not to get knocked out, but at the same time, they don't believe they can win. I think a lot of the TKOs come from quitting. Fighters give up. And they've given up against Triple G. Now, I don't know. Is that as a matter of fact? Maybe not, but I have seen fighters. A lot of these fights with Triple G, there isn't that unconscious KO, that knockout. The typical knockout that you would expect when someone says so and so got knocked out, meaning they went to sleep. Triple G definitely has a knockout ratio, but how many of those people have literally been knocked out? And how many of those have either quit or have the towel thrown in or had the referee stop the fight, as opposed to literally being knocked out? I haven't seen Triple G do anything like that within the past 5 years. And his opponents have not been the best in the past 5 years. Marco Antonio Rubio beat Lemieux better than Triple G was able to beat Lemieux. Better, much better. Fool knocked him out. Gave him the first knockout. Completely fucked him up. Antonio Rubio, the guy that got fucked up by Angulo. Yeah, he knocked out Lemieux. Triple G has had some wins. He definitely, Lemieux's a beast. He's a fun fighter to watch. But obviously, he's not the best boxer. He can't defend the jab, and he had a really hard time against Triple G. Canelo is not Lemieux. Canelo can box. Very smart fighter. Very intelligent. I have a hard time seeing Triple G's speed do well against Canelo. I have a very hard time seeing that. Very hard time. Like I said, I like to know what people think. I would want to know if you guys have Triple G winning the fight. Let me know. Or if you have Canelo. Man in Water. Canelo easy work. What's up, bro? Sorry about that, man. I just kind of trailed off. That's what I'm saying. Canelo easy work. This is going to be a lot easier than people think. A lot easier. I have a hard time seeing Triple G winning. And that's I'm trying to imagine. Worst case scenario. Worst case scenario, I see Canelo winning by decision. Best case scenario, he knocks him out. Canelo's biggest attribute is not the combinations that he throws or the punches specifically. It's not just his power or speed, timing, reflexes. You can count all the advantages, but the most important advantage that Canelo has is he has feints that create a invisible clinch. Like, that's the way I see it. I call it an invisible clinch. And, usually in a clinch, what you're trying to do is position yourself in a way where you can't get hit. And then maybe you can fight out the clinch, but you're controlling where your fighter is standing and where he's moving, where his arm's going. And there's an invisible clinch that you could use with feints. Once you start letting your opponent know that you could land and you have power, they start respecting your movements. When they start respecting your movements, they try to think 2 steps ahead. So when you move, they anticipate you doing something. But if you make that movement just to make them move, just to make them react, you're in an advantage. You can see what's going to happen next. And that's when you can really close off the distance, land a punch, counter, do what you have to do, hold. And Canelo does a really good job at using his feints to get in position. What's up, Quran Bread? What's up, dog? Dan, I haven't talked to you in a while, man. Who do you have in this fight? I know you think that this fight might be shady. You're I know you're a skeptic, bro. I know that in this fight you think that maybe the fight's bought. Let me know if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, let me know. But even with, let's say you take any of your skepticism out of this, if this fight goes cleanly, the way it's supposed to be, no bullshit on the scorecards, who do you think is going to win the fight? No referee being bought, no dirty tactics, no low blows, no biting, none of that shit. This is a clean, professional fight. Who do you have winning this fight? Because I know a lot of people, they have Triple G. Some people have Canelo. There's a lot of people that are in the middle. So there's a lot of people that don't know who to pick. Me, I've always felt that Canelo could win this fight. Originally, my stance was simply, yes, Canelo can beat Triple G. I think Canelo can beat Triple G. After seeing what I've seen already, at this moment in time, fast forward to the fight actually happening, Canelo will beat Triple G. Not he can. He will beat Triple G. Quran Bread lean towards Triple G, but Canelo is looking like a beast in training. Bro, it's hard work, man. He's putting it in. I don't know if you just joined in, but I saw the HBO special, Max Kellerman, Canelo, Triple G, Roy Jones Jr. was mediator, and they were doing kind of like a face-to-face. Not necessarily a face-to-face, but similar. Asking them questions, talking about the fight. What do they expect from the fight? Very good show. I'm going to put the link in the description box after I upload this. But when you check that out, you're going to see Triple G knows that he's in the fight of his life. He knows this. Game recognizes game, man. Game recognizes game. There's a reason why Floyd wanted to get Canelo on his resume. Yeah, sorry about that, man. I don't know what happened, but I got disconnected. I'm back on. Hopefully people jump back on. Usually I put up because I don't have a big channel, I'll put up a notice to my subscribers letting them know, in 30 minutes or an hour, I'm going to be doing a live stream. And I didn't do it this time. So I really don't expect too many people to show up. I don't have that kind of fan base. I'm trying to build up my fan base, but I don't think really my opinion is going to be much of, I don't know. I don't think it's that entertaining. A lot of people would rather want people to sensationalize the news. I'm kind of the guy that comes in here and says, hey, you know what, whatever you saw, it's not a big deal. You know, people don't really want to hear that. They want something dramatized. So, you know, in any case, I'm not the type of boxing channel that's going to have a lot of people on the live stream. I'm fully aware of that. And if you get a chance to actually jump on, feel free to leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think. If you disagree with me, it helps me, honestly. When I do a video and I'm trying to stick to, it's very difficult to do this without someone challenging your opinion. It makes it a lot easier to make a video because it's interesting. Then all of a sudden, there's a reason for the video rather than me just talking for no reason. You know what I mean? I see I got a couple people on here. I'd like to know, who do you guys have, whether it's Triple G or Canelo? Who do you have winning the fight? I got Canelo by stoppage. I think Canelo beats him under 9 rounds. I think it's going to take 3 rounds to feel out Triple G, and it's going to take another, whatever after that to knock him out. Triple G is a tough fighter. He's a tough opponent, but under 9 rounds, I see the KO. Under 9. And trust me, man, I'm very confident when I say this is going to look a lot easier than you expect. The one thing I don't want to hear after this is Triple G quit. He didn't want to fight. This was different. This is a different Triple G. This is something that I didn't expect to happen. I don't want to hear anything. I don't want to hear any of that bullshit. Oh, well, Triple G was bought. I don't want to hear no bullshit about this fight. All right, I got Man in Water. 12-round UD, easy work. No controversy. But Triple G fans are going to find something to complain about. I already see a lot of boxing fans talking about several things. A few things. Talking about whether Canelo is going to make weight for the IBF belt, because there's going to be the same day weigh-in available for that fight. He's going to have to come in, and there's a rehydration clause, and make sure that he's on point the day of the weigh-in. The day of the fight, not just the night before. And there's a lot of people saying he's gonna do the same thing that Danny Jacobs did. Daniel Jacobs missed the second day weigh-in, and was able to comfortably come in heavier than Triple G. And a lot of people are saying Canelo's going to do the same thing. I disagree. I think he's going to stick to the rules. Some people say that Canelo's taking steroids. I've heard that before. I've heard that. Canelo looks like he's taking steroids. He's on the juice. So, I expect a little bit of that going on. But let me look at the comments. Oh, D Minister, what's up, man? Tough one to call, to be honest. I'm pulling for Triple G. Too much for me to be critical of Canelo over the course of his career. Well, I'd like to know what's the highlights in Canelo's career that you have a problem with? You know, that would be interesting to know. What do you think is the negative aspect in Canelo's career? What has rubbed you the wrong way? What makes you think Canelo, or why wouldn't you root for Canelo? What makes you favor Triple G over Canelo? That's interesting. I'd like to know what your opinion is on that. Let's see here. Man in Water says Triple G got old. The scorecards, the ref, blah, 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 blah. Exactly, exactly, and I didn't even think about that right now. Triple G got old, exactly. That's going to be something that they're going to talk about. Canelo waited out Triple G and waited until he was old and brittle, and I see that happening too. Let's see here. All right, it's getting interesting. I like this. D-Minister, aren't they all talking about the juice? Yeah, there's a lot of people talking about the juice. Yeah, absolutely, man. That's what I'm talking about. You know, you see someone working hard, someone taking a long time to actually get accustomed to a higher weight class, without risking a big fight. Still, because I can see what people's problem is the last three fights. Not the opponents that people wanted to see. No one really was asking for Amir Khan, Liam Smith. They weren't asking for that fight. And then you have Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., who some people were asking for it. So let's not pretend like this wasn't something that people didn't want. This was something that was asked for. But some people saw it as a one-sided fight. And I get it. And that's what it turned out to be. But it was a fight that it was asked for. Let me see. The catch weights. He's a weight bully. Well, I mean, how is he a weight bully? How is he a weight bully? Khan was going around saying that he could beat Canelo. Why wouldn't Canelo take that fight? It's a big fight. It's a big fight when it got made, and it made good money. But that's not the point. The point is that if Khan was really that confident that he could beat Canelo, what do you expect Canelo to do when you have someone so open to take the fight? Where he really feels that he can beat him. Everyone that Canelo has fought, they have all felt they could beat him. They all did. Angulo thought he could beat him. 100%. He was talking mad shit. Trout, Lara, they were all talking mad shit. Even Josecito Lopez. Everyone. The catch weights haven't really... I mean, what advantage did it give him against Kirkland? Or Angulo? What advantage did 155? Guys that are used to coming to 140, 154. What advantage did that give them to be able to come in? Or what disadvantage did it put these fighters to come in like Liam Smith? Or I think Liam Smith was actually at 154. So anybody before that. Cotto was already fighting at 155. That was a fight that he wanted at 155 anyways. He was going to fight any opponent. Doesn't matter who it was. Whether it was Triple G or Curtis Stevens. He was going to fight at 155. So Canelo fighting Cotto at 155. How is that weight bullying when Cotto isn't a real middleweight? Then you have Khan. Khan wanted to fight Canelo. He thought he could beat him. Whether or not it was 154, 155, he thought he could beat him. And it was someone coming in from the weight division below him. You already had Khan fighting at 147. He wanted to test the waters. He wanted to make some money. So he took the fight. At the end of the day, it didn't risk Triple G versus Canelo, and that's the whole point. That's the fight we've been wanting. Man in water, no such thing as a weight bully. If he can make weight, he can make weight. There are some fighters, look. Sometimes you might be able to say there's a weight bully, right? But it really takes someone taking people that are smaller than him and either bringing them up. I think a weight bully would be someone that takes someone from a higher division and brings them down and drains them. That's a weight bully. That's a weight bully. Someone saying, oh yeah, I could fight, let's say you get a junior middleweight saying he can beat a super middleweight, but says, hey, if that super middleweight wants a shot, he has to come down to my division. That's a weight bully. You force him down to a division you know he can't reach and he won't be able to perform at 100%. But when you take a fighter and you bring him up to fight you at the weight division you are, and he's the one calling you out, that's not a weight bully. That's someone accepting the challenge. He accepted the challenge. Yeah, but he made a career of it. It lends me to believe he didn't have the confidence fighting at a more natural weight. What do you mean he made a career out of it? He's been in this at 15 years old. You look at Canelo now, and he's not the same size, the same frame that he was 4 or 5 years ago. So what do you mean he made a career about fighting fighters that were smaller than him? He's been fighting grown men since he was a teenager. He's actually been fighting guys that he shouldn't have been fighting according to his age and his size. He shouldn't have been fighting these guys. He should never have been in the ring against Mosley at his age. Are you serious? He should have never been in the ring. Shouldn't have been in the ring against these top opponents the way he's been doing it. He came from light welterweight, bro. Light welterweight. Baldemir outweighed Canelo. Baldemir missed weight and outweighed Canelo fight night. Baldemir. Let me repeat that. Fucking Baldemir outweighed Canelo. So, I mean, it's kind of like people are saying that Canelo was this giant at, 16 years old. He's made a career out of weight bullying. How? Let's see here. All of his catch weights were against guys his size, other than Khan. Exactly, that's what I'm talking about. Good point, man. In water, that's what I'm saying. D Minister, LOL. And Gabe Rosado thought he was gonna win all his fights too. Doesn't matter how much that the fighters believe. You can't go through text. I respect your opinion, but I disagree. Bro, Nello had to be 170 versus Cotto. D Minister, bro, you do realize that Austin Trout was 173, 174 against Canelo. When he fought Cotto, he was around the same weight. Cotto fought a heavier Trout than he fought a heavier Canelo. Do you realize that? And the fight was at 155, not 154. Trout comes in at 173, 174. Check it out. Go look it up. To say that Canelo came in at 170, so what? That's the way a natural super welterweight, junior middleweight comes in. Look at how Kirkland comes in. He comes in at 175. Angulo will come in at 175, 176, 173. Above 170s. Even Erislandy Lara. All right, Michael Mike. Jenna D, where are you? You're next, my friend. Who you think will throw more body shots? Canelo. Canelo will throw more body shots. And he'll land more body shots, too. He'll land more shots overall. Headshots, body shots, everything. More jabs, hooks, straights, everything. Triple G's there to get hit. He's an offensive fighter, very good offensively. Defensively, he gets hit. He likes to get hit. That's how he tests out whether his opponent can punch. When he leaves himself open, Canelo will put in work. That's the way it is. Baldomir was old and fat, D-Minister. Baldomir was old and fat. Canelo was young and skinny. I don't know what kind of. Canelo was younger than he couldn't buy alcohol in the United States. He couldn't buy a pack of cigarettes in the United States, but he knocked out Baldomir. I don't care if Baldomir was old and fat. What the fuck are you talking about? If a 17-year-old walks out and knocks out a grown-ass man outside your house, you don't think that's impressive? Even if it's not a boxer. Could you imagine he does it at that level? That's what I'm talking about. Man in water. Canelo played by the rules. If Cotto was too small for 155, then he should go down to 147. That's not Canelo's problem. And it's not Canelo's problem that, Cotto wanted to move up to 160. The fight between Canelo and Cotto was supposed to be done at 154, and it was supposed to be done years ago. Canelo has been chasing Cotto for years before the fight happened. 3-4 fucking years chasing Cotto around. He chased Cotto to 160 and inherited the problem of Triple G, and he's willing to do it. There's got to be some respect there. You guys realize that the whole reason why we're even talking about Canelo versus Triple G is because he beat Cotto. And Cotto was a fight that we were looking for at 154 years ago. It wasn't something that was supposed to happen at 160. Cotto wasn't supposed to beat Daniel Gill or fight Daniel Gill, to fight Maravilla. You know what I mean? He wasn't supposed to fight him. It wasn't supposed to happen, but that's the way it happened. Now Canelo's got Triple G in front of him, and he looks fucking like he's ready to go to war. That's the way it looks, and I feel really confident. Honestly, I think I'm gonna come back, and I'm gonna do a video, and I'm gonna talk mad shit after the fight's over. That's how I feel. I feel like it's gonna be an easy win, a comfortable win. What you think of Abel Sanchez telling Triple G to KO Canelo? I hope Alvarez does something to stop that. Well, Triple G should try to KO Canelo. That's the chance he has. He's not gonna outscore Canelo. He's not gonna win the rounds against Canelo. Canelo's ring generalship and the ability to make Triple G miss is gonna make it very difficult for Triple G to go in there and just try to win off points. He's going to try to have to knock out Canelo and really hurt Canelo. He has to try to. That's why Abel Sanchez is telling him to do that. He can't box Canelo. A lot of people are saying that Triple G is going to out-jab him. He's going to work off the back foot. Triple G doesn't fight that way, and that's not his style. He's going to come forward, and if he's not going to throw punches, he's going to clinch. But, either he's going to throw a Klitschko style of fight, or he's going to fight inside. On the inside. And either way, Canelo's at home when he's inside. When Canelo's inside game is really strong. Very strong. Very, very strong. When he got inside with Lara, it was impressive because he wasn't headhunting. He understood that the body was open and he went for it. And at the end of the day, it got Lara on the fucking cycle. He started running around because he felt it. Triple G's going to feel those body shots. And Triple G's best chance is to try to knock out Canelo. So yeah, it makes sense that Abel Sanchez comes out there and tells him, "Hey, you got to set up a knockout punch." Triple G is a good fighter, but I just think that Canelo is too fast and skilled, both defensively and offensively. I agree. Oscar Estrada, I agree. I think you're right. That's what I'm saying, man. Canelo's reflexes, he's been able to pull off a lot of moves against smaller opponents. Guys that move faster, shorter arms, guys that use angles, that they're light on their feet, they move around a lot. They're just difficult fighters to deal with in any situation. But, Triple G does not move like these guys. He's a lot slower compared to them. And I just don't see him putting up a challenge. And the guys that he's fought, compared to Canelo, there's no one that matches up to Canelo. No one that I see that has a skill level of Canelo. No one. No one. I don't see Daniel Jacobs dominating fights the way Canelo does. I don't see him do that. Does he really go out there and outbox boxers the way Canelo outboxes boxers? Does he do that? No. Canelo's a special fighter, man. And I think a lot of people are going to be surprised how easy he's going to make it look. I got money on this fight. Meaning I'm confident. I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I am very confident. D Minister, yeah, I'm not sure Triple G would want to get it on the inside, though. I think he's going to try the same approach he had versus Lemieux. I think Sanchez is talking shit to make Canelo think it's going to be a war. The problem with Lemieux is, though, he's not a good boxer. D Minister. Lemieux is not a good boxer. And to be honest, we've seen him outboxed before. We've seen him knocked out. Marco Antonio Rubio knocked out Lemieux a lot faster and a lot more convincingly than Triple G. Triple G outboxed him, for sure. He outboxed him, for sure. It looked like Canelo versus Angulo. And at the same time, Angulo beat Marco Antonio Rubio a lot better than Triple G did. A lot better. Beat him in like 3 rounds. Like, fucked him up. So I'm just saying, we have a fight. We have a fight. And I'm telling you, Triple G's on. He's not in a good position to win this fight. He's not. His style is perfectly tailored for Canelo. Even if Triple G fights on his back foot, how is he expecting to win moving away from Canelo when Canelo is a counterpuncher? Canelo isn't just going to come forward for no reason. He's not gonna put himself in danger for no reason. He's not Lemieux. He's not a brawler. Canelo's a boxer. This is different, man. I like Lemieux, Oscar Estrada. I like Lemieux, but he doesn't move his head. And super slow compared to Canelo. Exactly. Who has Canelo outboxed smaller Cotto? Did you watch the Trout fight? Trout beat Cotto. Did you watch the Trout fight? He outboxed Trout and knocked him down for the first time of his career. He outboxed Khan. At the end of the day, he knocked him out, landed that punch at a distance. That punch wasn't supposed to land, not by someone like Canelo who's flat-footed. Right? Apparently flat-footed. He wasn't supposed to land that, but guess what? He did. He outboxed Liam Smith. He outboxed his last fight, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. He had Erislandy Lara, who has a amateur pedigree as impressive as Triple G, and was able to maintain a close fight against Erislandy Lara, one of the best boxers out there right now. And he was able to keep up and win the fight against Lara. Now, you also have the Cotto fight. You also have Mosley when he, a little bit years ago. And every other fighter he's beat, he's fucking outboxed. What the hell are you talking about? Everyone except, I would say, Lara, because I don't think he outboxed Lara throughout the whole fight. I think he outboxed him enough to win in a close fight. Lara and Floyd. Everyone else, he's outboxed. So the question is of who is he outboxed other than Cotto? What the hell are you talking about? What are you talking about? Claudio Monreal, Kirkland, LL, come on, man, that guy was washed up. Bro, everyone but Lara and Floyd. He outboxed everyone. I don't know how clear I can make this. Everyone but Lara and Floyd. Okay? Everyone. Guys that move faster, sharper than Triple G. Period. The only thing Triple G has is the power advantage. That's it. That's it. At the end of the day, you think Lara would give Triple G many problems. Lara gives everyone problems. Everyone. Even if you beat him, he gives you problems. That's the type of fight Lara is. But Canelo took it, he got in there, and he won a close fight. Period. You know what I mean? Triple G isn't going to fight him like that, though. This is a different fight. This is more like Angulo. This is more like Chavez Jr. This is more like Kirkland. A guy that comes forward, is very aggressive, very strong and confident, and has a hard punch. So that's the type of fighter Triple G is. And that's, look at his track record against those guys. Look at those, Triple G doesn't fight like Floyd. All right. He has outboxed everyone except Mayweather and Lara. Oh shit, I missed this. Man in Water. Dude, you fucking said the same thing. I swear to God, I missed your fucking comment. And Jesus Christ. You and I, fuck. You said this before I said it. I have to give you credit, man. Man in Water. He has outboxed everyone except Mayweather and Lara, but both of those guys fight nothing like Triple G. Fucking Christ, bro. We're on the same wavelength. You said the exact same shit I said. Isn't that crazy, man? I can't even take credit for it now because you said it before I did. And it looks like I copied your... I don't want to look like I stole your shit and taking it. I'm just saying that it crossed my mind. I was speaking it. I wasn't looking at the comment section. And now that I see it, fuck, man. Dude. That's what I'm saying. You're seeing what I'm seeing. Okay. Kirkland, LOL, come on, guy. The guy is washed up. Where'd that come from? Why are we bringing up Kirkland? Is it because I brought up Kirkland? The guy is washed up. What makes you think he's washed up? How the fuck you guys set that standard? You know, how does someone say someone's washed up? I mean, when you saw him, he took more punishment than he's ever taken in his life in that fight against Canelo. And he actually got up a few times. It takes fucking balls, energy, fucking stamina to be able to get up. Even though he got knocked out in the end. He got up a few times. And he took a lot of damage. And he wanted to win. That was the biggest fight of his life. I mean, are you serious? He was washed up. Kirkland was calling out Canelo. I hate this. This is one thing that pisses me off. A few years ago, Kirkland's calling out Canelo and everyone's saying, you know, hey, well, Canelo's dodging these bigger, you know, junior middleweights. He's dodging real guys that are 154, guys that are big, guys like Angulo, Lara, Trout, Kirkland. These guys were being named. If there was, around when Canelo is at 154, if there was a Super 6 tournament, what 6 fighters would be in there? Just think about it. Canelo? Angulo? Lara? Trout? Kirkland? Right? That's 5. Let's say we add one more. Andrade. Wait, Andre. That's probably the only guy missing. Right? But at 154, if there's a 6-man tournament, who would be in there? Those guys would be in there. He fought the guys in his division. The top guys in his division. You can't tell me that he can't get credit for Kirkland. What? That doesn't make sense. What you think of this? Michael Mike. They say he fought old washed up fighters, but then they say Triple G did not fight anyone with experience. One of my biggest, this is my question. Is there an elite fighter that Triple G's fought? An elite fighter. Someone that you say is elite. A game. A level. Top of the line. Top notch. However you want to put it. Cream of the crop. Is there a elite fighter that Triple G has fought? And I'm not looking for excuses. I'm not looking for reasons why these fights didn't happen. There's fights that were available with Andre Ward. Has Triple G ever tried fighting someone bigger than him? Canelo's about to fight someone bigger than him. People are really treating this like as if Canelo is about to fight someone his own size. He's fighting someone bigger than him. He's moving up in weight to fight Triple G. He's obviously building more muscle to get to that weight division. So why would you guys say that Canelo has not done anything when this action so far is more than anything Triple G has done? Triple G has not moved up in weight or not done anything as close to trying to fight someone that might possibly beat him. The only person that could possibly beat him on Triple G's resume is Canelo. Canelo's going to be the best win on Triple G's resume. That's a fact. It's a fact. All right, let me see. Trout was a good fight, but he gassed at the end. Look, they knew what the scorecards were going in the fight. Canelo was up. He knocked down Trout for the very first time in Trout's career. Whether Canelo gassed out or not, that was up to Trout to take advantage of him gassing out. And even when Canelo gassed out, he was making Trout miss. And look, it was Paulie Malignaggi saying he looks like he gassed out. No, he was fucking showing off. He was showing off. Made a highlight reel. Look at the highlight reel for Canelo versus Austin Trout. All the impressive defensive moves were from rounds where supposedly Canelo gassed out. Where he was fighting with his hands down, leaning against the ropes and allowing Trout to throw punches, and Trout was missing. Those rounds where Canelo supposedly gassed out, those are the rounds that they decided to put into a highlight reel. That was the highlight of the fight. Let me see this. Many people are just banking on Triple G's power, but the power is worthless if the punches don't connect. Oscar Estrada, exactly. If the punches don't land, what good does the power do? You know what I mean? The fighters he's fought are not defensive minded. They just don't have the ring IQ that Canelo has. It is what it is. Gabe Rosado did not have the ring IQ Canelo has. Adama did not have the ring IQ Canelo has. They don't. Lemieux doesn't have the ring IQ Canelo has. That's it. It's a fact. It is. You can tell. You can tell. Claudio Monreal. I think Canelo could win, but it's a dangerous fight for both. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. I agree with that. I think Canelo KOs Triple G. Michael Mike? Yeah. I think Canelo KOs Triple G. It might not be like a Khan knockout where, it's a chin check. I think he stops him, though. Accumulating punches, referee stops him. Triple G will just be there defending. There'll be punches coming to the body, coming to the head, get him up against the corner. I think Canelo will be able to outmuscle Triple G on a different level than he's ever been outmuscled. That's it. I think Canelo will stop Triple G most likely with a body shot. Body shot. I think it'll be a body shot that'll slow down Triple G. Now, what happens after that? Whether Triple G goes down or Canelo uses that body shot to land punches in other places, like the head or the other side of the body, maybe up the middle with uppercuts. Canelo's uppercuts are fucking perfect. Textbook. The way he throws his punches, fucking textbook. He always has his hands where they're supposed to be. He's always defending himself. He's defending himself at all times. Canelo is very good at that. There's a reason why he hasn't been knocked down, knocked out. It's not just a fucking heavy chin. It's ring IQ. It's defense. It's being intelligent. There's a reason. Mike, liver shot? Absolutely. I think the liver shot's going to be very, very important. Very, very important. And I think Canelo's going to utilize his liver shot throughout the whole fucking fight. I think he's going to fucking tear up Triple G's liver. Triple G's liver is going to explode. It's going to come out the other side of his body. Canelo will land the liver shot so many times that it might not even be just one punch. It might be just accumulation of punches. But you look at Canelo's resume and you look at the way that he's finished fights. He's very good at finishing fights with the liver shot. Very good at it. He knows how to catch opponents when they're not looking, right behind the elbow. That's his game plan. And what the liver shot does is it doesn't just, even if the punch doesn't land, if the fighter receiving the blow is conscious that that punch could knock him out or could hurt him, there's a good chance that he drops his hands. There's other punches available. The head will be available. And Canelo can do that very easily. Use the liver shot to open up other punches. It's very possible, man. It's very possible. I see Canelo finishing this fight very easily. How can Canelo stop Triple G from cutting off the ring? I don't think he has to. I think part of Canelo's game plan would be to get Triple G to come to him. That would stop Canelo from having to do all the work. If Canelo had to chase Triple G around the ring, it makes it difficult. Makes it really difficult. Because Canelo will have to chase and be the aggressor. And then he forces himself to possibly miss and get countered. That's where Triple G will have an advantage if Triple G ends up fighting like Erislandy Lara. But he doesn't do that. He doesn't do that. That's not his style. It's not the way he fights. He never fights like that. Triple G comes forward and Triple G tries to close off the ring against guys that move away. But against Canelo, all it would do is just get Triple G closer to Canelo's fist and put Canelo in the right position to land the punches he needs to land. I mean, Canelo can be within the pocket and still make you miss. So Triple G getting up close and personal, maybe in the phone booth, and actually trying to pressure the fight isn't going to put Canelo in a bad position. It's just going to put him in a position where he's at home, where he feels comfortable. and Canelo won't really have to put that much effort to close the distance. It works in Canelo's favor. Triple G is custom tailor-made for Canelo. I see this going one way. Canelo wins. Let's see this. All right, guys, I had a lot of fun, man. If this is your first time joining into my live stream, I do this very often. Stay tuned. Check out my channel. Check out my channel. Give me a thumbs up if you like the conversation. If you didn't, thumbs down. You know what I mean? Nothing personal, but you know, I'm gonna have other live streams where I'm gonna be talking about this fight, and I'd love for you guys to jump on when there's more people. Usually, I do this in the afternoon, and I give a heads up before I do it. But you know, subscribe. Leave a comment, give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down, depending on how you feel the conversation went. And let me know, what do you guys think of the fight? How do you see the outcome going? And if you have Triple G winning the fight, are you looking at this as if Canelo has no chance? Or do you think that it's a close fight, but you see Triple G coming out at the end, coming out as a winner at the end? I'd like to know, because there's a difference. There's a really big difference. There's a lot of boxing fans, a lot of Triple G fans that think that Canelo has zero chance. There's no way he beats Triple G. If he couldn't knock out Cotto, how can he knock out Triple G? If he couldn't beat Floyd Mayweather, how could he beat Triple G? I would like to know those, you know, from those fans who think Canelo doesn't have a chance, why Canelo doesn't have a chance. I gotta go, guys. I've been on here for a while. You guys made it very entertaining. Thank you for joining in. This is Aztec 101 in the ring, and I'm out.